Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to build the classic game Rock, Paper, Scissors in Python. But instead of just a single round, we will add an interesting twist, a live scoreboard, and a best of 5 match system. So it feels more like a real competition. We will go step by step, starting with the basic rules, then setting up the logic to decide winners, and finally putting everything together into a full game. By the end, you will not only understand how the code works, but also how to make small improvements that make the game more fun to play. So, let's get started. These are the basic rules of the game. Rock beats scissor, scissor beats paper, and paper beats rock. And if both choose the same option, then it's a tie. To make it super clear, here's the outcome matrix. The row represent your choice and the column represent the computer choice. For example, if you pick rock and the computer picks scissor, you win. But if you pick rock and the computer picks paper, you lose. This matrix helps us quickly decide the winner for any round. Now, let's look at how the program interacts with us. The input is simply our choice rock, paper, or scissor, and it will be case insensitive. The output is the result of the round along with the updated score. This continues round by round until either you or the computer wins enough rounds to finish the match. Means, in a best of 5 match, the champion is the first to get 3 wins. Let's see an example. If a player wins 3 times in a row, the match can finish in just 3 rounds. If both players keep winning alternately, it can go the full 5 rounds. But if there are ties, the match may even go beyond 5 rounds because ties don't increase the score. Now, let's look at the flow of the project. First, the program asks you for your choice and make sure it's valid. Then, the computer picks randomly from rock, paper, or scissors. Next, the code checks the winning using a set of winning pairs. Then it updates the scoreboard. Whoever reaches the majority first becomes champion. At the end, it declares either you or the computer as a winner. So, in short, the program combines input validation, randomness, and logic with a loop until someone wins the match. Now that we understand the rules, outcome matrix, and math system, let's jump into a Python code and see how to actually build this game step by step. Here, I am importing the random module so that the computer can make random choices between rock, paper, and scissors. And from the math module, I am importing seal, which helps us calculate the minimum number of wins needed in the best of match. Here, I am defining the valid choices in the game rock, paper, and scissors. Then, I have created winning pairs, which lists all the situation where the first item beats the second, like rock beats scissor, paper beats rock, and scissor beat paper. So, this function keeps asking the user for input using a while loop until they give a valid choice. We use .strip function to remove extra spaces and .lower to make the input lowercase. So the program accepts the input in any format. If the input is one of our valid choices, it returns it. Otherwise, it shows an error message and asks again. This function decides the computer's move by randomly selecting one option from rock, paper, or scissors using random choice. This function is used to decide the winner of a single round. First, it checks if both the player and the computer pick the same thing. In that case, it's just a tie. If not, then we look back at the winning pairs. That set contains all the winning condition like rock beats scissor, paper beats rock, and scissor beats paper. So, if the pair user CPU exists in that set, it means the user has won. Otherwise, if it's not there, then the computer is the winner. Now, this is our main function that runs the full match. We have added a parameter best of, which means by default it will be a best of 5 game. To win the match, a player needs to win more than half of those rounds. So we calculate that with seal. For example, in best of 5 you needs 3 win. Then we set up some variables, user score and CPU score to keep track of the scores, and round number to count which round we are on. Here, we run rounds one by one until either you or the computer gets enough wins. At the start of each round, we print the round number. Then, we take the user's choice, get the computer choice, and show both on the screen. So here's where we actually decide who wins the round. We call our decide winner function and it gives us one of the three results. Either it's a tie, you win, or the computer wins. If it's a tie, we just say no one wins the round. But if you win, we add 1 point to our score. And if not, the computer grabs that point instead. After updating the scores, I also show a live scoreboard so you can clearly see how the match is going. Then finally, we increase the round number and move on to the next round. Now, once someone reaches the required number of wins, the match is over. We print a message to show that the game has finished. If your score is higher than the computer's, we say that you are a champion. But if the computer has the higher score, then the computer becomes the champion and you can try again later. Finally, this is our main function, which controls the whole game. Inside a loop, we first call play match function with best of 5 rounds. After the match ends, we ask the user if they want to play again. If the answer is yes, the loop continues and another match starts. But if the user types anything else, we print a thank you message and exit the game. Alright, let's run the game and see how it works. It first asks our choice. Let me type something like rock. The computer also picks randomly and then both choices are shown on the screen. Next, we see the result of that round. Whether it's a tie, I win, or the computer wins. The scoreboard also updates so we can track the score after every round. Then the game automatically moves on the next round and repeats the same process. This continues until either I or the computer reaches the required number of wins. Once that happens, the game ends with a final message. Match over. If I have the higher score, it says I am champion. But if the computer has the higher score, then it shows the computer is the champion. So that's it for today. We went through everything, taking inputs, checking winners, keeping scores, and finishing a best of match. If you found this helpful, make sure to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more beginner friendly Python projects. If you want me to take the same code and turn it into a GUI version, let me know in the comments. I will definitely make a video on that. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.